Hi, Amanda.
Hey,
How are you?
good. How are you?
Good. It's so nice to meet you.
You as well.
So thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me this afternoon. A quick background on me. I'm the STEM coordinator here at the Workforce Board. I've been here for about 6 months now. I've been just assisting in any way that I can and helping to migrate our programs onto virtual platforms and things of that nature. So just to kind of give you a little bit of background on me.
Cool.
Um, So yeah, I'm really interested to get to know you a little bit more and hear about your past connection to the Workforce Board. So I understand that you were the first intern here at the Workforce Board for the Youth Council. So you really laid the foundation for future generations and you left a great impact for years to come. So while interning here, is there a specific activity or event that had really impacted you or is memorable to you?
So I was thinking about it, and the mini maker fair was like one of my favorite things that I thought was made an impact on me as well as I think other students. I know that a lot of people at the mini maker fair were able to showcase the things that they were doing like in school as a project or out of school as a personal. So that was a really cool opportunity for them not only to show the teachers but the audience, the people that came in, what we are doing inside of school. It's not just the basic math, geometry, blah blah blah. It's we're really doing the hands-on, getting into it, like the woodworking, and we had the 3D printing lab, which I thought was awesome. That was one of my favorite things to see. And although I didn't get to learn about it in high school, I ended up doing it in college. I worked at a 3D printing lab, so it was funny
Really?
that ended up not even meaning to, but I ended up going into the same kind of background as I was starting in. So
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun. And we made a bunch of projects for the mini maker fair, including the Herbie that we had. So people
Awesome.
got,
That's so
yeah,
awesome. That's cool how that worked out.
yeah.
So as you're aware, connecting activities is a big part of what we do here, and obviously we are ingrained in the Mashpee public school system. So can you tell me a bit about your just experience as a whole and what you've taken with you?
Yeah, so I thought that the connecting activities was a little bit different, and actually thought it was a little bit better than the regular, like, do a school project and turn in an assignment. It was more of, you got to go and really see firsthand, what you were trying to go into. Whether for me, I was doing nursing, but on top of that, I was also trying to look into the woodworking because I was still
Yeah.
a huge opportunity of that, and I wanted to be a part of that. So I got to see both aspects and both kind of, I got to talk to a lot of people just between going to those, and whether they were job shadows or just, a fair or a
Yeah.
field trip, something. You could kind of learn a lot more from just that, instead of, looking up what a nurse does or what a woodworker does or what a
Right.
construction, you really get firsthand experience. Who are you? What do you do? And how can I make this my future? How can I make this my career?
That's awesome. That's awesome. I know me, I'm a visual learner, so I like that hands-on experience too. So that's what this program's all about. So that's great. Um, So yeah, you already kind of mentioned Herbie, and we have him out there in our office, the mascot of Residential Construction Career Day. So I understand that you were responsible for its construction. So can you tell me a bit about how you came up with that idea?
Yeah, so I believe we got the picture, like the cartoon of Herbie, and I think it was my mentor's idea. We said, we want Herbie, we want the whole thing. So myself and my woodshop teacher, we got on the computers and we went onto our woodworking app that we had, and we designed it on the computer, used the outline, and used our ShopBot, which is a wood engraving carving machine,
Okay.
which is my favorite thing to use. You could make signs, you could make the Herbie, you could do very intricate light work without, really messing up the wood, which was amazing. I thought it was the best thing there was. So we got that on there. We started engraving it on some plywood, and we painted it, and now Herbie is who he is. He's everywhere.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's so cool that you got to like participate in that and still have him be right here in our office. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So can you kind of talk about just briefly like what you've been up to since you graduated high school, what you're up to right now?
Yeah. So I right out of high school, I went to school. I did really was invested trying to get into a nursing program. With COVID and everything that's going on, it just hasn't worked out for me since, which is totally fine. I'm still working towards it. That's, you know, it's a work in progress. But in the meantime, I actually ended up getting a job at a construction site. So I think the background that I had with woodworking and just being comfortable in that kind of field and talking to the people that I did, it was easier for me to get into the field and say, you know, I do have some experience. I do enjoy the things that you kind of are doing. So now I'm, you know, building houses in Katuitt and loving it and doing it on a bigger scale than I've ever imagined. And I think that's pretty cool to never expected that to be the end goal or the end product, but it's definitely a part of it. And it definitely is a cool experience.
Yeah, that's so awesome. I mean, you never know where life's going to take you, and everything happens for a reason. So that's so awesome.
Exactly.
So are there any lessons that you learned as a youth council intern that you've kind of continued to follow now that you're, you know, outside of high school?
I think like most that all people my age need to work on and always are saying was the like task organization and really just, you know, staying driven to what you want and staying on task and staying organized and all of that. I think definitely helped just being, you know, a good scheduled person and being able to keep up with all of the things that I had going in high school between the mini maker fair and the deadlines that I was making for myself just for all of those things. So I definitely, you know, being a little bit more strategic and strict with myself in high school, staying on those things helped me continue to try to stay on task and continue with all of the things I'm working towards.
Yeah, that's great. So as my last question for you, is there any advice that you would give to our interns now or any future participating interns of ours?
I would just say, you know, take advantage of every opportunity that you are given. You know, you really, like I said, you never know where it's going to take you. I didn't expect to have all of the opportunities that I do. And now that I do, I'm so glad that I got to meet the people that I did. And I never expected those people to transfer over to something more. But I think, you know, just take advantage of that. Take advantage of the people that you meet and really listen to what they have to say, because you never know where it's going to help you in the future.
That's true. That's true. That's great advice. This kind of wraps up our interview. It's nice and quick and easy. I want to thank you for taking the time to meet with me this afternoon. And I know the advice you've given will be a great resource to all our students. So thanks so much.
Yeah, absolutely. It was so nice to meet you. And
Yeah.
if you have any other questions or anything like that, I would love to, you know, do it. One wants to hear it. I don't mind.
Yeah, totally. We'll definitely be in touch. I appreciate your help.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bye, Amanda.
Bye.